I want to talk to you guys today about tradition. I went to Rothsay, played on the varsity team as an 8th and 9th grader. Okay, we were terrible when I was here. Coming off of a probably the best year that Rothsay basketball had in 2002, when Coach Heyer's brother Eric was the point guard. And so I had watched Coach Holland and Coach Heyer play on the girls' side. When I was young, I watched Coach Holland's team win 3rd place in the state tournament. I watched that tradition. Tradition is a great thing unless it's a bad thing. Okay? Tradition is a great thing unless it's a bad thing. The tradition that the girls' basketball program at Rothsay had back when they won 3rd place in state. They were very senior dominated. So the next year, what happens? They lose a lot of their scoring. They lost Brenna Raleigh, who I think at the time was the school's all-time leading scorer. They lost a ton of seniors. So they have a rebuilding year. Now, you have an option. You have a choice. You want to build on that tradition and fight through the adversity that comes with that, or do you want to adopt the new tradition of just being mediocre? Because there's plenty of people, and it doesn't matter if you're in Rothsay, Minnesota, or if you're in Jersey City, New Jersey. There are people that will say, you lost a lot of seniors, so you won 20 games last year. If you can win 10 games this year, it's a good year. Bogus, right? Because now you've just adopted a tradition of mediocrity. I went to Hillcrest. I was friends with a lot of people there. I was fortunate enough to win multiple conference championships. My first year there, we ran the table, went to the state tournament. I got to play a football game in the Metrodome. I got to do that. I heard people tell me, there's just a tradition of success at Hillcrest. You know where my tradition, that tradition was first, the seed was planted? It was here. By watching Coach Heyer, and by watching her brother, and by watching these people work. I remember going to St. Cloud watching the boys team work because they wanted so badly to beat Hillcrest. And in their senior year, they did in a double overtime game. They wanted so badly to do that. They had a tradition of excellence because 3 years prior, they were terrible. And they said, it stops here. They wanted to build that tradition. There are 1 million people, not in this community, but just in the world, that will make every excuse in the book for you to tell you that it's okay to be mediocre. We're in a feel-good society. You played really hard. Okay, you played really hard. That's okay. We'll just get them next time. Yeah, you might get them next time, but this sucks because we invested a lot of time together with my teammates. My parents are driving me to tournaments. We've invested time into this. We want to be successful. And yet everybody in the world gives you every excuse to be just mediocre and just to be average. That doesn't cut it. Be above average. Be special. Don't worry. You guys are new. Who's going to be a senior next year? Right? Okay. The seniors for this year, whether they were great, whether they were terrible, they're gone. It's on you. With the boys team, who's probably the leader on the boys team? I have an idea. Who's probably the leader? Point to him. Right, I'm guessing right here. Girls team, who's probably the leader? Whether you want to be or not is irrelevant, right? You could say, I don't want to be the leader. Too bad. You are. Your peers just pointed at you, right? So it's on you. I remember being that young player starting in 8th grade saying, I'm just going to be the 8th grader that's going to look up to everybody else. Well, everybody else didn't care if we won or not. So why in the world would I look up to them? Yet I remember sitting there. One of my biggest regrets is saying, I want to just look up to those guys because they're cool. Don't be one of the people that I had to look up to, right? Be the hardest worker because you're the leader. I see that out of both of you. You guys are here and you're getting after it. That's awesome. But at the same time, if he's your leader and he's screwing up, call him out on it because you're in this together. Right? Develop a tradition. Don't wait for the next class. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Be the person that says, we want to win a championship. Because listen, why not Rothsay? Why not? Right? Why can't it be you? Why can't you guys be the program that comes out that they write the newspaper article about that says, man, a couple years ago, they were mediocre and now nobody wants to play them. That can happen if a couple of you guys come together and say, listen, we want to do this together and we're going to develop a plan. You can have goals, but without a plan, you're not going to reach those goals. Okay, yeah, we want to do this. Great. How are we going to do it? And are we going to come together as a unit on the days that we don't want to and figure it out? Right? Because why not you? And then when you graduate, everybody says, that class turned things around because they were gritty and they were tough. Right? It's easy to stay in the norm. It's easy to stay in the norm. I've grown to appreciate. When I was here, I didn't appreciate Rothsay. I'll be flat out honest. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't like it. I had to get it bigger. I had to go to a small town. I had to get to Fergus. When I got to Fergus, I had to get to Minneapolis. Then when I had to Minneapolis, I got back to Fargo-Moorhead. Now when I met my wife, I moved to New York City. And I get there, and now I'm there, and I said, you guys have something unique and special. Because you all know each other. You all are bonded together because you've been in every single class together since you were this tall. And there's like a love and a passion for each other. If you can find a way to channel that and carry that onto the floor, you know what cool stuff you could do as a program here? Because why not? Why can't it be you? There's a million reasons, a million people out there that will tell you it can't be you because it shouldn't be you. You know, you're just Rothsay. There's like 450 people here, right? You know, you just kind of, oh, whatever it is. Oh, you know, just not a lot of talent just because the classes are smaller. That's like the most bogus thing I've ever heard of, because there's more people in this gym on a Saturday morning than 90% of the schools your size in Minnesota. You guys have a desire to be successful, right? You guys want to be successful. You want to be good. And you can do that. I'm here to help. That's why I wanted to come back. I called Coach Heyer, said, let's make it work. So I want to help you guys, right? Believe in yourself. Have this an abundance of confidence that you can turn this around. Can you do that? Can you guys come together and do that and just literally say, you know what? I'm all in. I'm going to put all my chips in on the table. Because it's easier to say, you know what? We win 20 games one year. Yeah, let's win 21 the next year. It's easier to say, you know, we sucked the last year. We won 10 games. But, you know, my junior year, we won 20 games. Like, you threw in the towel, right? How about you make yourself vulnerable and say, no, this is our goal and this is what we're going to do to get it. And if we don't get it, but we do it trying, we die trying, you hold your head high. Say, we were the program, the year, the class that turned things around. Because it's going to happen sooner or later. This place, you got a new school, you got a community backing. This place is going to be rolling. The Little 8 conference, no one's going to want to play here. So why not next year? Why doesn't that start right now? You guys got done with school, you got the whole summer to work, buy in together, right? I'm excited about that. If that doesn't get you guys fired up to say, we can do this, you got the best coaches on the boys' side. I've gotten to know Taylor a little bit in the last couple of weeks. He is passionate and fired up about you guys. I talked to Coach Heyer back here. She's passionate for you guys. She's like, super excited, bouncing off the walls, like, let's go. Coach Holland's walking in there, you know, athletic director doing her stuff, like, we just want to instill something in our student athletes that they know that they can do this, that they are good enough, that they are talented enough, that we believe in them. You have all the support. It's right here. It's up to you guys to buy in, okay? We're going to get out here. We're going to compete a little bit. This is fun, but this is the most important stuff right now, because we can do all the skills in the world. But you guys got to buy in, okay? I want everybody bring it in here. We're going to get out, take a minute and a half to get loose. Hey, right here. Good job. Hard work on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hard work.